Hello, welcome. It is April the 30th, meaning the last day of April 2026. And isn't that mental? And I am kind of in a preemptive stage of mourning because I have come to decide, I think, that April might be my favourite month of the year. I think it might be. Because there are some things I have learned from summer 2025 and almost summer 2026, and that is summer is fabulous, but those downsides really do get me because I spend the whole of winter and like that cold part of spring waiting for summer, thinking like everything's gonna be cured, and it kind of does get cured. It's a healing time, of course it is. The sun like does something to my brain. I mean, it does something to all of our brains, it's being alive. But when it actually comes down to it, there are wasps. That's what it is. That's all there is. That's all there is. There's always got to be some stingy fucker to ruin shit. Because I love swimming in the ocean. This is another summer activity that I enjoy. I love it. But jellyfish, why can't I just be happy? You know, through winter, you get like runny nose, dry skin, you just look kind of minging, everything's cold, you cannot wear skirts. That's the worst bit, you can't wear skirts, really. But in summer, everything's good and amazing in the world, but there are wasps. And I'm so scared of wasps, and it's not even getting stung by them. I've never been stung by one. But it's the ordeal of having one buzz around you. I mean, our brains are wired to be scared of them. That horrible yellow, oh, they're so scary. And I mean, I'm scared of bees, but they're like horrible. I'm really, really, really dangerously scared of wasps. Last summer, and I live in a attic room almost. And there are things I love about my attic room. I like its diagonal little ceiling on one side, beautiful. But I do not like the heat. It's horrible. I have this like blanket that's like one thread thin, and I call it a blue thing because it's not a blanket. I don't know what it is. It's a thing. And even just with that, because I have to have something over me, I get scared, but I can't have my window open because I'm scared of the wasps. And I had this nightmare like recurring last summer where like a wasp would get like under blue thing, and it would be like crawling up me right here, and I wouldn't be able to move or breathe because I'm scared to breathe around them, because what if they think the rising and fall of my chest is me like batting and beating them? Who knows? Anyway, April 2026, let's reflect. I'm pretty happy, pretty chuffed with this April. I think it's been very reflective for me, but I think every time ever is quite reflective for me. I can't live without thinking what was going on this time last year, and that is why I haven't deleted Snapchat because I can't give up looking at my memories from when I was like 15, whatever. I like to know what she was up to. But honestly, she was up to nothing. Boring as shit. I might finally delete Snapchat, and then I won't have to be embarrassed to open my phone around people. But yeah, I'm deeply, deeply enthralled by the idea that this exact time, one sun ago, I was alive and doing something, and I was doing something very different, and my life looked so different last April, and I've been so reflective. I think as I said, April, decidedly my favourite month. I write so much about April. Like every poem, whether it be written in April or not, you best believe I'm getting April in there somewhere. I just think everything about it's so beautiful. I love the colours. I like that it's not too hot yet. I like the daisies at the side of roads, right? Right now there's loads of dandelion seeds kind of blowing everywhere. It's very nice. It's just really nice. And at the start of the month you get all the cherry blossom trees. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. And it just makes me really want to write. But last April, my Gideon was horrendous, and I don't mean to trauma dump 5 minutes into this video, but it was like unspeakably terrible. I was only surrounded by like the worst people you would ever imagine, and not to victimize myself, I was a bit of a shit myself, but I was just not. I was not right in the head. But I've been really thinking. Well, I've been thinking about two experiences, but one of them is fun enough to talk about. Well, like interesting enough. This guy I knew was cat sitting for this like rich, I don't know who it was, but it was this massive house, and it had like this window and like this staircase, like this massive grand staircase. Well, it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't like a mansion, but it was like I was gonna say a stately home, but that's not what that means. I don't know. It was just a nice house, with this like crazy staircase, and he was telling me, I remember at the time, about how it was like the only one in Devon or something. I wasn't listening. He was boring as shit. But I've been thinking about that house a lot. I've been thinking about the cats that were in it. I've been thinking about the piano. I've been thinking about the basement. And I do not mean to be one of them people who are like, he took me into a basement and I thought I was gonna get murdered. Because how fucking narcissistic do you have to be to think, one, you're gonna get murdered in the first place, but two, you're gonna get murdered in like a true crime documentary worthy way? Like, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you are not getting murdered in like some creepy sex dungeon with like chains and what are these ones called? Secateurs. You're not getting murdered that way. You're probably gonna get strangled by your boyfriend if you're gonna die, get by murder, or you're gonna get like hit by a. Sorry, let's not put this into the world. You're gonna live for a really long time, and so am I. Anyway, yeah, the basement there though was covered in tall secateurs, and it was very unsettling. I didn't think he was gonna murder me, because I don't think he could have if he tried, but I didn't like it. I didn't like that he. Why are you taking me to this creepy, dingy basement? I don't like it. And I don't like being in basements anyway. The only time I hate being underground. The only time I'll like stand being underground is on the tube in London, and I love the tube. I've got a t-shirt with it on and everything. So like I love that. The pure joy gets me through, but anything else underground, I'm not doing it. I don't like we shouldn't be there. Actually, we should. Why have you done that? Anyway, what was I even talking about? Oh, this house. I don't know. It was just weird. I don't know why I'm even thinking about it. I think because it was kind of culture shock. Like, don't you get culture shock? I mean, if you're rich, you won't. But like, when you go into like a massive house and you're like, oh, like you have like gold taps and they don't look tacky from B&Q, and you have like folded toilet paper. You have a grand piano in your living room. You have two matching sofas with matching cushions of a very high thread count fabric, I'm sure. But your television's still really small. Why do rich people always have really tiny TVs? What is that about? Question mark? Whatever. Oh, and your cats are still like raggedy looking, so at least we're on the same page there. Anyway, that house, I've just really been thinking about it. I've been thinking about the dreams it gave me. It gave me very wacky dreams. My dreams are not my dreams are really boring. I think everybody finds it boring when people talk about their dreams. My dreams are like especially boring because I don't have any bizarro like fun thing happen where like, oh my god, their heads were rats and their fingers were shooting bullets and lasers. Like, mine are just like, I was walking around and it just looked a little bit different from what my actual town and house looks like, and now I'm really freaked out. Which is boring, but I always feel deeply affected by my dreams. I can never remember what happened in them, but I'm always deeply affected. I remember who was there. Throughout the day, I remember like visual snippets, but I never know what's going on there. But I'm still freaked out by it. Whatever. Anyway, April 2026. Let's not dwell on the past. What did I do this month? Let's talk about it. The month started out great. Wait, I actually I feel like I should be looking at my phone so I don't forget anything. Where did I put my phone? We're gonna have to freestyle it. It started out with a party, actually, with a bang, and this was the first party I had been to. This was the first party I'd been to as like an adult. And I didn't go to many parties as a teenager. The only party I really remember, I was there for about 10 minutes. And at the time, okay, so I was like 19. I had a Halloween party when I was like in year 8, when I was like 13. That was kind of sweet. And that's it. I didn't go to. Oh, I had a Halloween party when I was 17 too, and I dressed up as Will Toledo from Car Seat Headrest. But my costume was so lazy. I had split dye hair. I didn't wear a wig or anything, and I feel like a big part of Will Toledo's identity is that mop of hair on his head, right? So first of all, lazy as shit. I was wearing glasses from when I was 13, so they didn't fit and they were like old and manky, and all I did was wear a t-shirt that was half white and half grey. That's not a costume. You're wearing clothes. You're wearing a t-shirt and glasses that don't work. What are you doing? I remember that. What else? I don't know. Yeah, not many parties, but the party I went to when I was like 19. This is the only slightly interesting party I've ever been to, other than the one at the start of this month, which was beautiful. It was white trash themed. What do you mean? Like, we live in England, that's not a thing here. Well, I mean, it probably is, but not in the way you're trying to go for. Um, and I was the only one who took the theme seriously. I wore a white, like, vest top, tank top, as it would be called by the white trashers, and I wrote, beer, was it? Liberty, guns, beer, Trump. Like, because that was, like, a thing at the time. And I wore a blue Juicy Couture tracksuit jacket and a really short denim skirt, too short, and cowboy boots and a camo fucking baseball cap. No one else, everybody else was just wearing like a cute top and jeans. You're not taking it seriously. One guy did take it seriously. He like burnt holes into his t-shirt with a cigarette. You're funny. Why can't everybody be like you? Whatever, it was alright. It was not alright, it was a horror story. I drank so many shots of Dead Man's Fingers. Is that what it's called? Dead Man's Fingers? These are alive lady fingers. It's not the same thing. Because I thought it was like sours, because at the time that's all I could drink. I didn't like any alcohol, so I would just have like 10 vodka Red Bulls and like 20 shots of sours, and that would be me sorted for the night. But I thought it was like sours level thing. I don't know how I didn't taste that it wasn't, but I mean, people just kept them coming to me, and I had like 10 shots of them in 4 minutes, and then I was sick in a drain. And apologies if you don't like sick, but the drain was about like maybe the size of my face, maybe smaller than my face. And I got it all in there, none around the side. And the guy whose house it was, his mum said she was impressed with my aim, with my sick. So that was nice. Anyway, this party at the start of this month was nice. It was just at my boyfriend's house. My boyfriend lives in London. I do have a long distance relationship. And it was just nice. I got to meet loads of his friends from university. There was this guy who goes to mod nights. Like, this is his shtick, and he just dances, and he really goes for it, and he's good at dancing. And it was just nice. I got to try like a foreign cigarette of some kind. I can't remember what it was. But then I got way too drunk and I fell asleep. We were watching Conor O'Malley and I just was falling asleep watching Conor O'Malley. Oh, and we watched the rocket take off, so that was pretty exciting. Anyway, what next? What happened? Easter? I wish I had my phone so I could show you the spread of food that I cooked. Come on, Lily. You have a phone somewhere. Maybe it's under this. Nope. Ah. I got it. Look, I put a Sylvie on. This was in my old phone case, and I found my old phone case in a bag that I hadn't touched for like 2 years. And that was like a time capsule. A pure time capsule, but like a in it had like old shorts I forgot I had, my old phone case, and like cotton buds. Like, I don't know, it was like something I had taken as an overnight bag that I just hadn't touched, and I was like, oh, That is mental. Had socks, slippers. Brill. Anyway, let's scroll to the start of the month. Let's see if I've missed anything. No. It's quite uneventful. Sorry, don't go away. Stay. Okay. This is my beautiful Easter spread. So I go crazy cooking a roast dinner. I love to cook. So the only thing here that isn't made from scratch is the Yorkshire puddings, because I can't cook Yorkshire puddings. I never do. And I don't eat them anyway, because I have a fear of ingredients. These were the roast potatoes. They look a little bit shit. Mash, garlic, roasted garlic mash, may I say. Homemade stuffing. That chicken, go on. Cauliflower cheese with leeks. And actually, that is M&S beef joint, because I can't cook beef. Whenever I cook beef, it's rock solid, and that is not how beef should be. Are we in agreement? This is my plate. Oh, I did like honey roast parsnips too. And this is my niece devouring an Easter egg whole, bigger than her face. She just loved it. So that's beautiful. Oh, look. Walk with me, Tim, celebrating too. Okay, so that was Easter. It was a nice time. My brother came up with his girlfriend and my niece, and yes, me and Mum had a little chill one. Yeah, I didn't do anything for Lent, so it was quite a... I don't know. I don't know. I like Easter though. It's nice, isn't it? Whatever. Oh, I started and finished reading Play It As It Lays. It's really quick to read, obviously, because the chapters are like 2 letters long. So that's interesting. Oh, I've started making something, but I'll have to show you that next month because it's not finished yet. This is really boring. Sorry. Oh, hideous night out. I have sworn to myself that I will not go on another night out in my town, because I live in a small town. The nightlife here is like dire. Like it is horror. It's just never a nice time. It's never a nice time. Everybody's scary. You go somewhere and you're gonna get harassed in some way. I mean, I feel like that's the case anywhere, but especially here, people think they can get away with it. They're all reform voters. Everybody votes reform. Everybody votes. It's horrible. It's a horrible time. Anyway, we went to a new place because they do karaoke there, because the karaoke we used to do, the place burnt down because a group of teenagers tried to kill a man. They did successfully kill a man. This is like the biggest news that's happened in my town in a really long time. A man got murdered by children with fire. Sad and very strange. And karaoke's gone, and that's obviously the least of the problems here, but my god, did I miss karaoke. Changed to a new place, and it is above Pound Stretchers. Nothing good happens above a Pound Stretchers. Are we in agreement? Loads of great things are happening in Pound Stretchers, but nothing above it. I will show you. This was my first impressions of the place. This was on the door. That might lead you to believe, oh, this is a cool place, this is gonna be great. And then inside you get in, and there's this AI generated image of monkeys playing pool on a tapestry. I don't need that. I can see the real pool table with humans playing it. I don't need that image. Anyway, karaoke. This is another problem about living in a small town. None of the karaoke songs are any good. It's all just like, everybody does exactly what you'd expect. Don't Stop Believing, Valerie. Oh, if you're lucky, it will be like bit of Pulp. I always do MCR and Lady Gaga and Lana Del Rey, which I'm fine with it. Like, I don't think that truly expresses who I am as a person, but do you need to express your soul through karaoke? I don't think so. So I think I'm fine. And I accidentally recorded my whole karaoke thing because I was trying to record sounds, because I'm trying to write this short story right now, kind of about the nightlife in my town, which is, well, that's one of the themes. And so I was like trying to record so I could like hear it and like really get into the zone. And I left it recording while I did karaoke. Never listen to yourself do karaoke. You're not meant to do that. You can't do that. If you cannot sing, don't listen to yourself do karaoke, because you will never want to open your mouth again. Look at me doing it though, I got over it. Yeah, that was it. Oh, then I did a poetry reading the next day, pretty hungover. And oh, actually, let me tell you a little bit about that. So this new place that opened in my town, that does open mic nights for writers, and this is like insane because nothing like that exists where I live. Nothing like that exists where I live at all. And it's a little bit of fun, really. It's a very nice place. It's like a fantasy type place, which I'm not super into that kind of thing, but I'm gonna be there anyway. But I will say, and this is not to put the place down, but there is this one person there who really grinds my gears. She wasn't there this time, but she was there at the last reading I was at, and she's like, she tried to give me advice because I had only ever done one poetry reading before this, and I was so drunk that I don't remember it. I was drunk off of grapefruit cocktails on tap. This was in London. It was like the weirdest experience. I'd never experienced anything like it before, and it was an open mic night, but I think it was more for musicians, and they were so excited. They were like, "You're our first spoken word ever," and they loved it. They didn't. Yeah, they were fine. But this was like very different to me, and it's a very different environment because it's a rural town in the southwest, very different. And it was this lady. She was like, "Oh, I run courses, and you just put your mind to it. You've got to breathe in and let it all out, and then you'll be dandy." He's like, "I don't actually really want to do that." And she was one of her, I'm so sorry, I'm being really mean, one of her poems was like, she was really like doing a performance, because like I suppose she was doing like spoken word. I don't do spoken word, I just read it, and I kind of look on my phone the whole time, and I'm like shaking and I'm like crying. But she was like, this was not her first rodeo, so she was all like, I remember the words. It was like, no, I don't. What are the words? Rise up, rise up. And she kept doing that. I'm like, alright, I don't want to take your advice. Sorry, that's mean. I'm being mean and nasty and horrible. Anyway, this poetry reading was much nicer because she wasn't there. Just kidding, sorry. There was a really cool man. He wrote poems about his garden and getting scammed on dating apps, which I thought was very funny, very current. There was a woman who looked, I thought she was Katie Hopkins. And there is not a 0% possibility that she wasn't one of her relatives, because I live very close to I'm in Katie Hopkins' ends, so it could have been her sister. And I know that Katie Hopkins has a sister. In fact, behind me there's the Wikipedia page, seeing if she has a sister, because I wanted to make sure. And she does, and I can't find any photos of her online, but I can see it in my brain, and it was her. They sound the same. It was mental. So I've heard Katie Hopkins' sister's writing, and it's not even bad. It's pretty good. It's good. Sorry, why am I talking this way? I'm getting really expressive. Let me see what else I was up to. Oh, okay. I have a recipe for a perfect train journey. So as I said, I'm in a long distance relationship, which means a lot of traveling. I get this it's not actually a very long train, but I get so fucking bored. I'm gonna come out. I have ADHD. I'm just coming out of the ADHD closet right now. Oh my god, ignore that. I had a pad thai, and it's really got me going. This is my recipe for a quick train journey. Okay, give yourself one phone task, which sounds ridiculous, but I'll give you some examples in a minute. It's because I think the reason you need a phone task is because, I'm not gonna lie, if you're in an environment, I mean, I'm a smoker, so I do just kind of spend the entire train thinking like, when am I gonna smoke next? I'm really prone to boredom, and I probably have a dopamine addiction. We all do. It's 2026. We all have a phone. So I think if I'm not, I'm coming out as a stupid person, but like if I'm not doing this in some way, I'm gonna get really bored. So I need like a phone task, but we make it slightly productive. So instead of scrolling some Twitter or something, you might want to clear out your camera roll, or clear out your phone screen, delete some apps, rearrange them, make it look pretty. You could, I've never really thought of any more. Once I do this stupid thing on TikTok where I do like a month recap, which I suppose I'm doing right now on here in a different way. But I did that once on the train, like just selecting all the photos that I want to post in this photo dump. You know what I mean? It's just a little bit like slightly productive. And I know it's not productive, like it's not like working a 9 to 5, but you're on a train, what else are you going to be doing? A notebook task is what else you're going to be doing as well. So here's my notebook. I carry this everywhere with me. It's just like a simple Muji notebook. I know this is meant to be at the back, but oh no, it's not. What? I don't understand Muji. A lot of the time this is on the back and then sometimes it's on the front. What are you doing? Make it the same. So some of my notebook tasks have been writing lists, which I know it's stupid, but like, again, what else are you going to be doing? I mean, probably work. Probably most people just do work. Like, if you're at university, you're probably going to do your uni work. This is for people who don't have fuck all to do, okay? Allow it. There are some of us. There are a lot of us. I write lists. One of them was like, this is just making me seem like an idiot. Happiest memories from the past year. That was a nice one. I did this thing that that TikTok told me to do, which was, and I'm gonna show you, but you have to understand that this does not reflect my inner person. Okay, this was, you ask Pinterest, you write like object, and then the first image that comes up you draw. You do animal, character, all this, and if I was in charge of what was going to be drawn in the notebook, I would not have done maybe any of this. But I'm listening to Pinterest. It's deciding for me, and Pinterest doesn't understand me. I'm very jealous of people who like aren't embarrassed to open Pinterest in front of other people because their Pinterest knows who they are and it shows them nice things. The only nice things that Pinterest shows me are clothes and outfits, and then that also kind of puts me off of going on the app because it just makes me angry that I don't own the clothing. This is my page of, that's not, who is that for? Because it's not for me, but I'm going to walk you through it. Character is Fleabag, and I did a little Fleabag quote under it, but it looks horrible, so I'm covering that. But the rest of it, like, this was flower, this was animal. I mean, that might have been animal. I think at some point I was just asking for more things and just kind of seeing what was related. I don't know. That was doodle, that was object, that was, I don't know what that was. Gasp! It's just all bullshit, but like, again, what else am I gonna do on a train? So that was a discovery of this month. Oh, okay. I bought this. So it's a badge, and what I don't like about this is it says not all disabilities are visible, and true fact, but I'm worried that when I wear it, it just seems like I'm making a political statement. Like I'm wearing a badge that says, pride, be who you are. Because if I was wearing a pride, be who you are badge, that might not be telling the world that I'm bisexual. It might just be telling the world that they should be who they are. What if I wear this and people think I'm just expressing that not all disabilities are visible because it's something I truly believe in? I have an invisible disability, and travelling through London is hell. It is absolute hell. Nobody gives up their seats to me because I don't look disabled. So I tried to get this thinking maybe if I wear this on my chest, maybe some kind people will see it and be a little bit more forgiving. No. They look at you like this. They look at you and then they look down at your badge and then they look back up at you and they go, almost like they're mocking you that they have the seat. But then sometimes I think maybe they are disabled too, so I need to stop. You know, maybe they're looking at it and thinking, oh my god, yeah, not all disabilities are visible, like me, like sitting on this chair. Thanks for saying that. I don't think you have it. So maybe I just need to judge less. Oh, I started reading Mrs. Dalloway. I have it right here. I've not finished it because I've been too busy to read. It's such a short book, and that is all I've read. But very exciting. I didn't know anything about this. I didn't do like A-level English or anything. Apparently you do this for A-levels, my friend told me, because I said sometimes it confuses me and it makes me feel like an idiot. But she says it must be very wordy because people do it for A-levels. I didn't know anything about this. I didn't know it was even set in London. I started reading this, literally, I took the walk she took at the start of the book, where you walk from Big Ben to St. James's Park. I took that walk right after I read the first bit. Like, I was writing and I was like, what the hell? Oh my god! Oh my god! And I didn't take the walk because of the book. I was taking the walk anyway, and then I just happened to read the book at the same time. I was so excited. Very nice. Yeah, it's very good, obviously. No notes. Imagine if I gave Virginia Woolf notes. What else did I do? Oh! Highlight of my month, I went to the Museum of Brands. The Museum O' Brands. My boyfriend and I went to Notting Hill to go to the Museum of Brands, and I wanted to go to Portobello Market at the same time because it's literally around the corner. But who knew that Portobello Market was only open on Friday and Saturday? I didn't know that. That seems like bullshit. On Sunday, I think. Because one time I went there and I had the nicest curry ever. Like, so nice that I had to recreate it at home. You know, when you eat something so good and you think, oh, I'm gonna make you even better because my tofu won't be squishy. My tofu will be nice and crispy. So I was excited for that, but whatever. Anyway, Museum of Brands blew my mind. Hey, something about me, I am obsessed with old packaging. I always have been, like, really, really obsessed. I think about it maybe every day. It's my Roman Empire, whatever people like to say. I love it. And the time of which the old packaging originates has changed. My love for different, like, it's been different my whole life. I used to really like stuff from the 50s and the 60s. And now I like things from the 2000s. It's only changed once, but it had it all. But let me just say, and this is not to knock Museum of Brands, I think overall, if you're just your usual, you don't care about brands, but you want to see them, you'll love it. 10 out of 10 museum, really, really, really good. But if you are like me and you have a very specific and niche interest in 2000s packaging, you're gonna be disappointed with their 2000s, but I'm sorry, it's tiny. They had stuff for the Diamond Jubilee. They had loads of One Direction stuff. I'll show you another thing they had, actually, that I was really excited for. They had that Hello Kitty. I had that Hello Kitty toothpaste. I saw that and I tasted it and I was hit with a million memories. It was lovely. This is some of the stuff from the Jubilee bit. Pringles. I won't show you most of it because I don't want to spoil it for you if you want to go, but I'll show you some of my favourite things. So I'm specifically very obsessed with supermarket own brand packaging. I don't know why. I think because it's, you know, like it's not consistent. That's why I don't know how to explain it. It's just nice. I couldn't explain why I like it. That though, oh, had me excited. They had all this old, like, washing detergent. Oh, so exciting. I absolutely loved this bit. Look at that Tesco value tea bags. Look at that chocolate dip. Wow. I loved all the yogurt pots. This funky feet one. Oh, little Halloween bit. And the best bit probably was the novelty soap bit. Look at that. Look at this mask soap. Whoa! I don't even like the mask, and I thought that was amazing. Okay, so yeah, the rest of my time in London, I was kind of by myself because my boyfriend works, so I was kind of just wandering the streets of Kensington. There's a really nice church there. I really, really like the church. Oh, I got scammed by those people. Oh my god, man. You know the people who go like, knife crime, donate please because knife crime. There was this guy, he like cornered me, I swear to god. I just bought a bagel and that bagel was so disappointing. Oh my god, it was the worst thing I've ever eaten. I was. Oh, and the guy who was trying to say, and I'm sorry if Bagel Man is watching this. Why the fuck would he be watching this? I don't know. But I just feel bad if he ever knew I said this. The whole time he was like, please give me a good review on Google. I really, really gotta know. Like, I want to like level up in the world. And I didn't really actually know what he was saying because he was talking so fast. But I did not give him a review on Google because I'm lazy. Anyway, I just had that experience with the bagel, and then I'm walking out. And then this guy just literally, like, I couldn't move. And he's, like, talking at the speed of lightning, going, like, knife crime? There's so much knife crime happening. If you donate right now, it's going to be fine. But talking even faster than that. And I didn't know what to do. And I said, oh, can I pay with card? Hoping it was a cash-only type of deal. Of course it's not. Of course it's probably card-only, in fact. And I disagree with that. Cash is king. But he I really wanted £25 off of me. And I always lie. I always say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm a student, I can't afford that. I'm not a student, but I still can't afford it. I just feel like student makes me kind of relatable. So I was like, I can't afford that. I'll give £10 because I was thinking, what's the lowest I can go without seeming evil? And he was like, my mum always says, if you don't ask, you don't get. Could you do the £25? I'm like, fuck you. But I gave him the £10, and then I did feel like crying. I went to church, and I prayed, and I was like, please, I'm so... Anyway, whatever. Yeah, that was my time in London. I went home. Oh, and I bought this packet of... 2 packets for £18, I think it was, or £16, vegan parmesan, because I'm scared of ingredients. I'm scared of animal products. I'll eat milk if it's in something and disguised, or I'll eat cheese if it doesn't really taste like cheese. I'm like Mark Corrigan. I'm the least French person ever. My favourite cheeses are cheddar and red Leicester. Because my favourite cheeses are cheddar and red Leicester, or mozzarella, because it doesn't really taste like cheese at all. If it tastes like cheese, I remember that it's like been in a cow, and now it's not been in a cow, and it's got like sour. Horrible. But one thing I will refuse to eat is egg. I don't even eat cake, bro. I can't even eat cake. This is my vegan parmesan. Vegan parmesan and rotisserie chicken on the same plate. Kind of rogue. Oh, I took the girls' test. Tell me why I'm Adam. Adam! That made me deeply angry, but I am happy with the Shoshana. And of course I'm quite like Hannah. I think if I am a girl, I am Hannah. I love Hannah, actually. I really don't like when people say she's insufferable, because I don't see it. I made this, and I'm very excited about it. To-do lists. So I used to obsessively write to-do lists when I was like a child and a teenager with undiagnosed OCD. I was horrible with it, but sorry. In recent weeks, I've kind of relearned the joy of writing a to-do list, the calm, the serenity it brings to just get your thoughts out. It's just nice. It's just a bit nice. So I thought, if I make a cute little book, this is also from Muji, that's on the back this time. What? Oh, I guess there's no... No, it is on the back, because that is not lined, and that is lined, meaning that's obviously the front. Why do you switch it around, Muji? You stress me out. Anyway, I thought if I decorated it and made it cute, I wouldn't be afraid. I also have started, my mum bought me this for my birthday, but it took me a little while to get around to actually doing it. I started, what's the word, like, logging Letterboxd, logging the albums I listen to, because I used to use Album of the Year, that website, but I just think it's a bit unbecoming to be like, I don't like it. I don't really even like Letterboxd anymore. I just like, why do you need to know what I'm watching? I need to know because I like it and it brings me joy. Because my boyfriend and I, we do this very often. I mean, maybe I shouldn't tell you, because when we tried to tell his roommate, he says like, no, this is gay now. Not in a homophobic way. Okay, it wasn't homophobic, not even an ounce. And I'm bisexual, so I don't know. Sorry. I'm gonna tell you anyway. We listen to albums. We come up with a theme, and then he'll show me one of his albums that he likes, and I'll show him one of my albums that I like. So the first time we ever did it is the first I've written in here. We did like a kind of emo-y little idea. So mine was MCR3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge, because he had never heard that, which is crazy. And he showed me Jeff Rosenstock Worry, which is like pop punk. Very, very good, very good. And yeah, we kept that going, and I've got like this whole rating system in here. I give it like out of 5 stars. I say who I've listened to it with, and like me and my mum listen to a lot of albums together, actually. So a lot of these are with my mum. We love it. We love to listen to albums. So very, very fun, and I can't wait to decorate this with stickers or something. You get it. What else have I done this month? Oh, I made this. So my cat died a few months ago. She died in November. We had to get her put down because she had cancer of the neck, of the throat. Or no, I don't know what it was. Just here. Oh my god, it was so sad. For months she was like a bloody mess, if I'm being honest. I feel like we left it a little bit too long, but you know, it's hard to part with an animal, right? I made this. This is a photo of her paw prints in the snow that I took when it snowed in Devon. It never snows in Devon, well, at least in the part I live. And I'm sorry, you can see all the workings out. I embossed it. It's kind of ugly, like it looks like a craft project that I did with, this is one of those roasting pans that you roast like potatoes in, when you don't want to wash up. So, and I think it definitely shows, but hey, it helped me deal with my sadness, so we're gonna allow it. I've been trying to like rank the best iced coffees from places. So far, the best iced coffee around is from this place in where I live. I don't want to dox myself. It's like agave instead of vanilla, and agave is to vanilla what oat is to cow juice, right? Like, you get me? Like, it feels like a little bit healthier, a little bit more like, you get me? And that's the nicest one. Then M&S Cafe, weirdly. I like M&S Cafe. Tesco Cafe, pretty good. I had that the other day. But do you know what my lowest ranked one is so far? Joe and the Juice. Oh my god. Back in London now, in the timeline of April. Horrible. And I only remember because my boyfriend took this fucking awful photo of me. Look how awful I look, because I went out without makeup because I was having a little bit of one of those days where I'm like, ugh! Like, oh, I was really tired. I did not want to waste my energy putting makeup on my face. And something, I don't feel put together if I don't wear makeup. I know that's really, really, really deeply unfeminist. I can't help it, I just do. Something I really want to get over, so I'm trying to do exposure therapy, but when I don't feel like nice and not even presentable, I just don't feel like cool. Like, I wear makeup because I want to feel cool, which I know is still unfeminist. I'm not saying I don't wear makeup to look pretty. I wear it in a completely different way. No, of course I wear makeup to look pretty. I try and make my nose look smaller. I'd fill my eyebrows in. I make my lips bigger. Why would I be doing that if it wasn't to look nice? I don't know. But I just don't feel cool without it either. But I tell myself, I'm like, well, my boyfriend says I'm like, no makeup Mara from the film Mata Mara. She doesn't wear makeup, and oh my god, is she chic. I took all the posters off the back of my bed, and I did it over there, but I'm not going to show you that because it's messy. But I put this painting up. I bought this with my birthday money from this antique shop that's in a church, and she's holding lilies, and that's my name. And I feel very adult without posters everywhere, because I just feel like I'm 21 now. I don't want to be looking at like I feel like when you wake up, hey, I was told this in therapy. My therapist told me, where you sleep should be like clear. Like, you shouldn't have, he was like, do you have posters on your wall? And I was like, yes, hell yes I do. And he was like, take them down. And I was like, no. But I think months later, I've matured, because Loki, he is right. I don't want to wake up, look to my right, and see like Lady Gaga, Sophie, Marzago, like all looking at me all at once with like horse stickers in between. What? That's no way to live a life. I made these curtains here too. These are, you might recognize this as a IKEA bedsheet. I feel like everybody has had this before. It's the new Dan Howell and Phil Lester bedsheets in terms of recognizability. It's just my old blackout curtains, because I had black, like velvet curtains. Ugh, hideous. And I just put it on. I didn't even sew it. I just used this like iron-on shit. It was a nice time. It was very fun. Oh, and then I ended the month. This is the last thing I'll be able to say, because that's all I did. I ended the month. I went to my boyfriend's parents' house, which was really nice. It was like the sunniest weekend ever. It was boiling hot, and oh my god, let me just say, I don't know if it's TMI, but I am on SSRIs, and oh my god, they make the heat unbearable, bro. I really struggled that weekend. I did. My first hot weekend on sertraline, and I was thinking I'm gonna pass out every time I stood up, and I had to quit smoking for the weekend, so I was like in kind of like nicotine withdrawals as well, and I was like, oh my god. But it was really, 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 really lovely. So hot and beautiful and amazing and darling. We went to a National Trust property, and I was never like a National Trust kid, okay, but you get like membership for it. I don't have a membership, he doesn't have a membership. We were going to use his parents' membership, and we could see the problem. Mr. and Mrs., we look so young, and I do not have a ring. So I did not really think it would work, but we tried it nonetheless, and the lady was horrible, because my boyfriend works in a place where you scan people's memberships, and he said he doesn't even look at the cards, because why do you care that much? Job's worth. But she was so rude. She was like, is this your card? And he was like, yeah. And she was like, is it your parents' card? And he was like, yeah, in the same way, which I found very, very funny. But whatever. That was really annoying. Oh, I saw this really cute window with like loads of these bobbleheads. Is that what they're called? That was so cute. There was a little cat. There was a really nice church. I cut my boyfriend's hair. I watched Rap World. Oh my god, Conor O'Malley Rap World, set in 2011, which is like already right up my alley, because it's like, and the thing I love about it is it's not a film where it's like, this is 2011, everybody look at it, it's 2011. It's like, hey, we're just making an album and it happens to be 2011. It was so good. Oh, it was so funny, and I can't stop thinking about it. Oh my god, I loved it. Everybody watch Rap World right now. That's basically my whole month. Oh, I cooked a vegan fry up. You want to see it? I cooked all of this from scratch except for the hash browns. I made those beans. I made the beans. What? Oh, I didn't make the bread either. Fuck that. Is that my whole month? I think that's my whole month. Did I make anything else that I want to show you? I don't think so. Oh, I got new sunglasses. Do you want to see though? That's not my. These are my sunglasses. This was at the start of the month. They're huge, and they make me go cross-eyed. I've never had prescription sunglasses before, and they're quite weird to wear, and they slide down my nose a lot, and that's very crazy to me, because I have a. If they can't stay on this nose, whose nose will they stay on? Do you want to see my other glasses? I actually got these last month, but I'm going to show you anyway. They make me feel really cute. Really cool. I feel like I should have worn these for the video. Whatever. So that was my month. Oh, I'll finish it by, I wanted to end this video by reading out my favourite poem that I wrote this month. I did write a poem more about April, but it's not done yet. I don't want to read it because it's kind of bad. I actually have been procrastinating writing it properly, because I was going to do that before making this video, but I already filmed this and I'm refilming it. I'm gonna actually admit that. But I wanted to do this instead before I took my makeup off. Okay, this is the poem. It doesn't have a title yet, but I'm gonna read it, and I'm gonna read it in a funny voice because I can't take myself seriously. This morning I nicked myself while cutting oranges. A little red mouth appeared on my thumb, to which the citrus did not taste sweet, and I awoke with a pair of new bruises blossoming on my knee. I must have procured them in a dream, I thought, but my ambivalence to the entry of the knife, its unapologetic right of way, did not stop the bleeding. And those deepening purple patches had clearly succeeded my waking. This I just don't understand, how these material conclusions can be met in the midst of accident. I was once accustomed to devise destruction, but now I'm so careful, and I do not believe in meaning applied to those dreams, nor do I confide in tarot. Nor those ostensible stories told by stars, the stories told between them. I believe in fresh fruit in the morning, sleeping at a decent time. Yet here I am, rinsing my thumb under the coal tap, inexplicably bruised. Colours as true as my freckles. So that's my poem. Bye. I don't know how to end this video. Bye bye April, bye bye April, hello May, bye bye April, bye bye April, to May we will say hey. I'm out.